I am making a $3,000 chef knife. My name is Jeff Royer. I am a Journeyman Smith in the ABS and a student under Kyle Royer, my son. This is my 100th knife I've ever made, so I wanted to do something a little bit special with this knife. I am going to build a feather Damascus pattern. I start out with 15N20. The N stands for nickel, and 1084 high carbon steel. Both are high carbons, and they like each other. When you forge them together, they like each other. They forge weld very nicely. But this is a great forge, and we've made a lot of material in here. A lot of knives have come out of this forge. It gets super hot. I love the time lapses of the steel heating up. It's just pretty cool. And that first press where that mill scale comes off, that's always fun to watch. I watch other videos of all different kinds of industry where they're forging big little stuff, and I love watching that mill scale come off. Press gentle and hot. Very, very, very hot and gentle, and go back in the forge, get the heat back up so that core temperature stays hot all the time, and guarantee good forge welds. It's welding up really good. I'm going to draw this bar out a little bit. Got the drawing dies in there. Now, if you take a close look at that, that's a rectangular shape, and I'm forcing it on a slight, not even a 45 degree, but maybe a 30 degree. And I'm going to re-square it on like a 30 degree bias. That's going to make the pattern perform the way that I had envisioned in my mind. All right, we got a nice looking bar. A lot of times I'll draw these out flat and then stack them, but this one we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to four-way it. It's like it's raining outside. No problem. I won't melt. The rain doesn't bother me anyway. There we go. There's some pattern reveal. I marked the sides the way I want it to be stacked. Everything's marked and numbered, and I will give this a very nice cleaning. Again, just like we did the original pieces when we made the first billet, I'll clean this up and I'll sand it smooth down to 120 grit so we are guaranteed a good weld. We've got her clamped up, four-wayed. The pattern's going the way I want it to. One cool thing about doing a four-way like this, you can turn those dark spots of the billet towards the center or out towards the far side away from the center, and it gives you a totally different pattern. I put the dark to the inside on this one. I wanted all that dark in one spot for some nice drama. And we just made another oxygen-free atmosphere by welding that billet all the way up. I'm going to weld her together now. Put it in the squaring dies and push it down on all four sides nearly at the same time. We got it welded up, and we're going to four-way it one more time. We're going to look at the pattern first. There we go. Now we're getting some stuff going on. The pattern's looking good the way I want it to go. We're going to weld this up for pretty much a third time. Get rid of all the oxygen. Make sure it can't get in there and give us any icky welds. We want perfectly clean, pure welds. Press it from all four sides, switch out the dies. I'm going to start drawing this little bad boy out. I've got the bar drawn out, and I have, oh, look at the pattern. That's going to be on the face of the blade eventually. Not yet. We're going to cut and stack these pieces together and get ready to split them in half. That sounds crazy. It's a beautiful pattern. We're going to cut it in half and kind of like smear it. You're going to see here in a minute. I forge weld it together first. We made oxygen-free environment again with this billet again. Look at the sizzle split right down through there. Look at that billet. It is just the ugliest thing you ever seen. It's all disconfigured. It looks, at this point, it looks terrible. The first time I did this, I almost started crying. I did everything Kyle told me to do. And when I got to this point, I thought, oh, I ruined it. And Kyle said, no, that looks just like it's supposed to. So I just kept going with it in faith. I had no idea how it was going to come out. All we want to do now is just flatten these pieces out just gently so we can get them ready to re-weld back together. Get them cleaned up, put the two pieces back together, weld all the way around it to get rid of the oxygen so there's no inclusions in there, no icky inclusions. Be a perfect metal on metal, no voids, no cavities. She is the feather billet. Now all we gotta do is cut some slices off of it. So I cut down through it with a bandsaw, cut a slice off for a knife. It's a beautiful pattern, and we're gonna start forging that profile we looked at on the print earlier, that Western style chef knife. About a 9-inch blade, around 150 to 160 thousandths on the spine. Get that tang and ricasso area hammered in. I still have a challenge getting that heel, the height that I want every time. I can get it there, but sometimes it fights me a little bit. All right, we got it ground to shape and it's looking good. The profile is cleaned up, looking really nice, and we're gonna get ready to grind these plunges in at the ricasso area. That happened. This has happened enough that usually I can hear it right before it happens. I'm kind of ready for it anymore. It's getting ready to do it again. I can hear it. Oh, yep, ain't no good. It's the seams that are getting weak on these. These are belts that are ready for discard, but we save them just for this moment in the knife making process. So we got a bunch of these really wore out belts. They grind really slow. This knife is going to have an S grind in the face of the knife as well. It assists with food release, but what it does, I think it does most, is it gets rid of extra weight on the knife, and it makes it very fast forward. If you have a knife that's even up to 180 thousandths at the spine, with long as it's got about a 2-inch heel, you put an S grind in here, it's still gonna feel really nice. I'm checking the center, make sure that I did not go too thin. right, I got everything. I got a hand sand up to 320 grit. Everything looks really good. I'm going to put my maker's mark on there. Plunge grinds in, S grinds in, convex is in. Now we're going to put a little gold in there on my maker's mark. And in goes the 24 karat gold. Okay, I put the gold in there and I'm getting ready to heat treat now. I got totally out of sequence. I had too much of the blade profile done, and I'm not sure if this is going to come out in the heat treat process because the blade is kind of thin right now. I'm using a salt bath because it will not create mill scale during the heat treat process. The salts impede oxygen from reaching the steel at those critical high temperatures. We traditionally do not look directly into the eye of Sauron. You want to get a mirror and look at it from an angle. And I heat it up real good, and it went bonkers. I got out of sequence. I was trying to finish the knife before I got the gold in. I didn't know the exact proper time to do the gold, and so I thought I'd finish it up a little bit, and I finished it up too much, made it too thin, and it would not handle the heat treat. Lesson well learned. Probably won't do that again for a long, long time. How embarrassing. I cut another slice off the billet, got it caught right back up real quick. It didn't take me long to catch it right back up because I just got done going through all this. So it was just a matter of maybe a day or so I lost, and I got caught right back up to where I need to be. And I'm going to leave it quite a bit thicker when I'm putting that gold in so that I can do the heat treat with a thicker blade. I've got that ricasso all ready to go for a bolster fit up or guard fit up, whatever you're wanting to build. I do the same thing with buoys and daggers and all that. You put that little step in there, and that way the blade insets into the bolster or the guard. Now the tang over here on the surface grinder, I'm just putting a taper on it. Got maybe 3/1000ths of an inch taper. I can do that right on the surface grinder. We're going to take a piece of certified 1018 steel, and we're going to mill it in for the bolster because it's going to be hot gun blued. A little filing, a little milling, and we'll keep tapping that on. Just gently tapping that mild steel onto the heat treated ricasso, and it makes a relief into the bolster, and it makes it seamless, just seamless. Beautiful fit.
Before we continue, a quick word from our sponsor, Broadbeck. My dad and I have been using this Broadbeck grinder for over 5 years now. So when the opportunity came up to have Broadbeck as a sponsor, it was an absolute no-brainer for me because I love this workhorse of a Broadbeck grinder and I love the Broadbeck company too. So one of my favorite things about the Broadbeck grinder is how quick and easy it is to change the belts. To change it, I just pull down on this nice little hydraulic arm, pops right off, get your rear of the belt, pop it right on, and you are back in action. Something else I love about this grinder is the variable speed controller. With this, all you've got to do is turn a knob. You can go from slow to very fast. Another feature that I love on this grinder is the ability to loosen this one knob and flip it over horizontally. You can see clearly what you're doing and get access to the grinder in places and ways that you normally couldn't. The versatility of the Broadbeck grinder goes way beyond variable speed and the ability to flip over horizontal. The versatility I'm speaking of comes in the form of the grinder's many attachments. We've got the 90-degree work rest, the slack belt attachment, the integral grinding attachment, large wheel attachments, medium wheel attachment, small wheel attachment, surface grinder attachment, adjustable angle work rest attachment, knife edge wheel attachment, buffing wheel attachment, waterfall attachment, flat pattern attachment, and even more. This grinder features the best bang for your buck you can possibly get in a grinder. So go to broadbeckironworks.com or click the link in the description and get yourself a workhorse of a grinder. And thank you to Broadbeck for sponsoring this video.
Now we're getting ready to fit our tang into our handle material. We've got a bunch of long drill bits. Those are so nice. This is the mill bit right here going across the top of the block. I'll mill it as deep as I can with the milling machine. Now I have to just connect all the holes with a long drill bit. I use a Dremel tool sometimes to connect these holes. High RPM, it's just like a carving tool. We have a high RPM drill we use too, 3600 RPM hand drill, electric. It works real good too, but sometimes if I have the right arbor or if there's the right tang size, I will use the Dremel tool. It just makes it a little bit quicker. Got our tang in there. We got it all sized up. All these the handles fit, the handles shaped. Now we're going to go back to the bolster. Put a little facet on there. Make a place for some more 24 karat gold, which is my personal favorite. That is all the way up to 1000 grit. That's cool. That pattern came out really nice. We dipped that in ferric chloride to etch the steel. I put a little Caranuba wax on it to help protect it for long service. Now we're going to hot gun blue our polished bolster with 24 karat gold in it. Ooh, it came out good. Shiny. Gonna protect the blade. Wrapped all up in paper towel and painter's tape. Put it in a clamp. Mix up some industrial grade West System epoxy. Get it all over everything. My hands and the fixture and the knife and the handle. And push it all together. The epoxy can take up to an hour. Keep pushing out, so I keep checking back on the knife during that hour and keep chasing it with these really fine Q-tips I got. They're pointed, like for putting on fine detailed makeup. They're not the regular Q-tips you get at the store. They're special for applying cosmetics, artistic style of application of cosmetics. I'm going to put a domed pin in here, a bronze domed pin. I got a couple little fixtures I use to get the height just right and make sure they're both the same on each side. That's looking really good. The handle's glued up. Pins in. Knife's got carnauba on it, the blade and the handle. We have a special buffing wheel. We apply the carnauba onto the handle as well. And now we're going to take it over and see what she'll do for sharpness. We have a Broadbeck sharpening system here. It works really good. I put transparent tape on here, just regular magic tape, to keep the grits from scuffing up onto the face of the blade, up on the side of the blade. We'll take that tape off there now and clean it up and see what she looks like outside. One of my favorite things about this knife is, well, definitely got to be the 24 karat gold inlay on my name. I've done gold inlays on fittings and stuff before, but I've never done it on a blade, especially when your name's in gold. That's pretty cool. The bold pattern looks good, and that dark, just the dark theme of the knife just looks very elegant, and the gold really complements the dark elements of the blade. It looks amazing.